yes. What is up happening here? Good. It's Monday. Yeah, let's just say we scuffed the intro. What's happening, guys? SS, what's going on, brother? Hope you're good. It's Monday morning. We're back at it. We are back at it. So if you don't already know, we're going to be streaming here on YouTube. We're going to try and do it every day. What the plan is to do YouTube and TikTok simultaneously. And just to do both, once a day, couple hours, nothing crazy. No like crazy long live streams, maybe 3 hours maximum. But we're going to try and give a little bit more time. We're also going to be hosting live events in the Discord daily as well, which are also going to be around an hour long. What's going on, Doomslayer? Welcome. Hope you're good. So apparently my stream's running slow. Let me double check this here. Okay, download's not great. Let's see. It's the upload we need though. The upload's what we're looking for. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The upload is so slow right now. Okay, what I'm going to do, we're going to come off of here. I'm going to close that down too. Okay, hopefully we fix the problem. We've got like a 0.29 upload. That's ridiculously slow. We'll never be able to stream YouTube and TikTok same time if that's the case. So we're centering ourselves around the 4 hour here on USD Japanese yen. We had last week price action come and run the high that was formed. Yeah, grab the pen 1 second. Right here, we ran this high. And we saw price reject really nicely down towards our target. Because remember, the low is our target. When we're bearish, we target lows. When we're bullish, we target highs. We should always look for continuations in the direction of our bias. Rather than looking for continuation or a reversal, we should always look for a continuation of our bias. So the same thing applies when we go down to the lower time frame, let's say 15 minute here. What you're going to start to notice is a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, when you have price angling itself round into the direction of our bias, you're going to see a lot that price action will do something like this, where it will come up. It will take out a significant point, whether that's a higher time frame, like daily, 4 hour, whatever. And then you're going to see price start to create lows and highs. Now, what you'll start to notice is that each time a low is placed, it's just going to keep getting taken until we hit the point of our target. Now, I think the problem you're going to notice a lot of the time is if you're trying to catch a trade every single day, that's when you're going to start to suffer in terms of your expectations. Because we need to have a realistic expectation, and the realistic expectation should always be we're only trading if the market offers us something. So at the moment, where we sit, we have potential for bullishness. Now this is Euro, and Euro is overall bullish. We have some relatively high volume points here. So we're looking for price to interact and deliver a movement that's going to potentially follow on from the price action that has already been displayed to us. So we're not interpreting price action doing something outside of what it's already delivered. We're not interpreting price action doing something, let's say, something that is like out of the ordinary or new. It's something that the price action has already established. It's shown us. It's consistently done it. So why not expect that? What we don't want to do is anticipate reversals from something that is clearly trending. Yeah, it's always realistic to be on the pre-existing side of the market. So I'm just going to do a couple more checks here. 1 second. I've got like so many notifications saying that the stream's lagging, the stream's lagging, the stream is lagging. Is the stream lagging? Can we confirm this? It's insanely bad if it is. Did everyone have a good weekend? I hope you did. I hope you all had a great weekend. Frame drop detected. That is just bullshit, mate, to be honest. It's a bullshit. What's going on, brother? Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. So it's a shame we can't have any music in the live streams. Now we can obviously have like copyright-free music, but it's just not really the same, you know. We want to have some like solid tunes to listen to, which is just not that. It's just not that. Guys, so you see what price is doing here on the lower time frame. Wow, my internet is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. So remember what I was saying earlier. Price is looking for areas to visit. It's looking for those areas. It's looking for them for a number of reasons. And the first reason is obviously to realign the order flow in the market. So when we've got that offset of 1-to-1, we know that the offset of the market is being delivered pretty consistently in terms of your market is going to shift one way and then it's going to shift another way, and it's going to consistently keep doing the same thing. It's going to keep bouncing back from one side of inefficiency to another side of inefficiency, ultimately creating balance. This is why, a lot of trading concepts focus around the imbalance signature to give them a cue as to what something may be likely to occur. Like if something is going to happen, they're looking for that shift. Now, generally, it's based off of seeing it travel in one direction and saying, okay, this is not what we want to see, and then seeing it travel in the direction you want, and people saying, okay, that is what we want to see. And then they follow the principle. So you're using the blueprint of what the market shows you to essentially establish the most probable direction, which I think is the thesis for most trading systems. Not all, but most trading systems. So we're just looking for the push down into the low and then price to come up higher. Now, as I said before, we don't always have to see an interaction with these points of liquid. It's not like a guarantee that it's going to happen. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to hit these points to deliver. you can see price action deliver in your bias direction or even against it simply by price action doing something like this, where it goes from being in a consistent downwards move to then being in a consistent upwards move. And like I said before, when your bias is in play and your direction is bullish in this case, you're probably going to see the highs consistently be taken, which allows you to act on the kind of movement that we capitalized on last week, which was like buy stopping one of the highs. All good here? Good, man. I'm glad you're well. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, bro. I'm good, thank you. I keep getting told that I've got lag on my stream by the system. It's just popping up saying there's lag, there's lag. I'm yet to see it, so I don't actually know, but I am going to close a couple of programs here. I don't really know why or how. Don't know why it's saying that. Maybe we are lagging. I also am getting very irritated with my main monitor because it's constantly adjusting its brightness for some reason. I don't know why it does it. It's really irritating. Okay, right, I might have found a fix for it. Let's see. It's really irritating. We do it here. Settings, display. Okay, let me try this then. Okay, this is not very helpful. Here we go, display. Well, that's not it. Okay. That's really irritating. That's enough of that anyway. Let's have a look. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frame drops in the last 5 minutes. Can anybody that's watching confirm or deny the fact that the stream might be lagging? The system's telling me it's lagging, but I just can't tell. Obviously, because I'm not watching the stream. Right, let's have a look on some of these other pairs here and see what price is actually starting to do. At the moment, we don't really have any real... How would I say? Any real like significant points to take note of. This is one actually that we've just spotted here. This is one, so if we come and take this low, that could lead price into continuations down into these lower pricings here. This is based off of the principle that we have seen once it decides to load. A small area of correction, prices ultimately came down, delivered to a point, come back up, and now we're starting to see on the lower time frame that order flow come back in. So based off of probability, if we see a low be placed in a downwards moving portion of a pre-established downwards moving market, the probability is that a low will be taken and continuation is likely. Okay, it's just the simple thing of, if we have price action delivering a movement that is pre-recorded in the market structure, if you were, or in the market momentum, then the probability of you seeing that come back and it giving the same relevance becomes much higher. So remember, guys, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it massively. If you haven't already joined the Discord, checked out all of the links in the description down below. Lots of useful things there, including the 15%, I believe it is, discount on FX replay. So if you really want to test out the things that I explain to you on the live streams, prove to yourself a system does or doesn't work, then that is the place to do it. You get yourself 15% off with that code. And of course, if you're looking for the best broker in the game, then Xauusd is the people for you. So, like we've got pointed out here in the chat, there is no major news today, so there's nothing crazy going on. There's no crazy moves that are likely to come. But we could see some nice continuations or maybe some short-term reversals. We'll see. Okay, so like similar to this. Right, if we hit this point, I would expect price to just continue going down. And set an alert there so you'll know. But we'll see. We'll see. I've got a real bad hay fever at the moment. You say 1 and I'll write it in the chat when I hear it. Okay. 1. Let's see. Let's see. So the warning is telling me that frames are dropping. I mean, some frames are not being uploaded. It's related to poor network. Check the health of your internet connection. Change your ingress server. There's definitely some form of delay. Definitely. Let's have a look here. Put the bitrate down to 3700. Maybe that will help. We'll see. Yeah, so I think there's definitely a big delay. No doubt about that. Let's have a little look here, 1 second. I'm gonna not upload, but I'm gonna jump on the I'm gonna jump on my excuse me, my personal account on YouTube. Just tap in and see see what it's looking like. Dude, it's so slow right now. Crazy slow. Surely there's no way that that's the delay on it, right? What? That's a mega delay. That is literally a mega delay. Holy, that's big. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's like that. I'm getting constant notifications saying that frames are dropping, frames are dropping. Let's see. Settings. Did that not actually change then? Okay. That is really, really slow. So slow. So I do apologise for there is a huge delay. Huge delay. Not really sure why there is such a big delay, and it's quite irritating. Let me go here. I mean, the internet speed seems alright, to be honest. Obviously it's not, because it's suffering, but... yeah, I mean, it is... Yeah, nothing really I can do about it, chat, unfortunately. I do apologise. Yeah, so my upload is 1.65, which is actually diabolical. Let me close that down. Sure. Okie dokie. So with euro and British pound, like we showed you in our short video, we don't have a huge amount on the table right now. We just want to see price rearrange a move into an area that is more favourable for us. At the moment, it's just sort of floating. We don't really want to trade off of price floating around. It doesn't really help us much, does it? Yeah, so the crazy thing as well is that we've had an engineer to the office multiple times to fix the problem, and every time they just said the same thing: oh, I can't find an issue. You know, I can't find a problem on the line. It seems good, da da da. The same old schmooge that they come out with every time. And then we end up just not having any internet, so it's just doesn't help, you know. Okay, so a similar thing here. If we take this price action, or we take price above this level where we're sitting right now, expansive moves are likely. Now we do have obviously some consolidation here. Price is sort of chopping around. There is a trade scenario here. The reason it's marked is to show you an example of it, but it's not actually necessarily a valid trade if you're using certain rule sets. There's multiple reasons why, but again, the same thing is always going to follow over into higher and lower time frames. If you're not seeing the rules to align your setup, then it's not going to be valid. Now, the reason I've got this shown here is because it's an example of when you see volume coming in. You guys can't see anything. When you see volume coming in during London, okay, and then you see that gap formed, price action often pings off of that. Now, if we had validity to the price action prior, so we had validity to all of this price action, then we would actually be trading this up into the highs right now. But we're not. We're not. So the only reason it's there is to just showcase the... I mean, it's not even meant for you guys to see, to be fair. It's meant for when I do a little text and image thing later on today. So Monday morning, the markets just be sleeping. Honestly, the more I trade Mondays, the more I'm just like, why? Why do I even bother? Monday price action is just so poor. Like, not all of the time, but a lot of the time. And you're always going to get people that say, well, I find a setup every single day of the week. And it's like, that's fine. That's fine. But you trade different systems, right? So one thing to always remember, as a trader, you trade what your rule set tells you. If your rule set isn't delivering an entry, then you're not taking the trade. Now, there's always going to be somebody else that's going to tell you, I can take a trade here, I can take a trade there, I found X amount of trades whenever. But the relevance of that doesn't actually stand anywhere in the reality of trading, you know. It's exactly why I've said this before. You're not going to see me flashing a lavish lifestyle in your face. You're not going to see me flashing my watch collection. You're not going to see me flashing any kind of like monetary stuff, because it doesn't hold any value for you. The only people that are going to do that are people that pry on the, how would I say, people that pry on people that don't have knowledge. So they're using the unknowingness of their audience to make money from them by flashing a lavish lifestyle in their face. Then you also have people that say, well, what's the point of trading if you're not going to live a lavish lifestyle? It's like, but it's not all about just earning thousands or earning millions. It's the freedom you have as well. Like, let's say right now, I say, right, this market is just no good. I'm going to spend a couple hours doing, you know, video editing or whatever, or a couple hours in the Discord. Then I can just go home. Like, I have no ties to anything. The only thing I have to do is make sure that I show up on a semi-regular basis, or at least analyze the market on a regular basis, so I know that I can act if rules are met. That's all I need to do. So it's not all about how much money have you made, or where are you going on holiday? You know, what bag have you bought your girlfriend? Like, there's so much more to it than that. So much more to it. Just don't buy into all that BS, please. Please, please don't. You could switch providers. The problem is, in the UK, we have a pre-established network, which is the British Telecom network. And the British Telecom network has been around for literally forever. Okay, so based off of that principle, most properties in the UK, not all of them, but most properties in the UK only have a certain level of connectivity. So if you wanted to, let's say I rung up tomorrow and I said, right, I want a different provider, all they would do is they would go to British Telecom and they would pay them to use their existing connection. So you're just getting the same internet connection down the same line, but from a different company. The only way you can avoid it and sort of get out of that altogether is by going to someone like Virgin Media. Virgin Media will give you like a fiber optic cable to your premises. But even then, if it's not already established, you have to pay extra for the work to be done. And here, it's not even a case of, oh, I'll pay them extra. It's just not, they just can't do the work here because of where the office is situated. Which is fair enough, you know, it's like, because what they're saying is we can put a line in to the property, but there's no lines leading to the property itself. So they'd have to run like a whole like track, you know, from the property onto the road, from the road to the main road, from the main road to the nearest point to connect. So it's like a whole load of work. They're not going to do that for one customer, you know. So it's kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. It's slow, guys. It's slow. Really slow. Holy yoy. So guys, remember, if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on TikTok. You can see the name there, Ross-rfx. We're trying to get to 1,500 followers, and we literally have like 58 likes, which is crazy. But then most of the followers did come across from the Discord, the YouTube, and our previous account. So it's to be expected. I'm not expecting people to follow me and like my stuff, you know. So remember, if you've got questions, guys, ask me. I'm always happy to help. Let's have a look here on the 4 hour. So remember, when we're bullish, we're looking at the highs as points of reference. So these are equal. This could be a high. The reason I say could is because we don't include the candle if it's running still. So this candle is still running. This candle right here, that's still moving. So we get rid of that. We don't include that. Okay, just like so. So we'll be looking for a bearish movement into the bullish shift. Yeah. Pretty simple. You could use Starlink. The problem is with Starlink is it has a good download, but I don't think it has a very good upload from what I've looked. I might be wrong. And the thing is as well, it's some days it's fine, other days it's bad. It's just so inconsistent with the way that it is. That's the main problem I have, is the inconsistency. That's the main issue I have. Alright guys, bathroom break. I'll be back. Yes, yes. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? So, do we have any more movement going on right now? At the moment, no. Let's have a look, see what our stream statistics are saying. Ooh. I can see right here that we only have one like. We only have one like. Surely not, chat. Come on. That's not right, is it? Okay. Open widget. What is this? All right. Stream health. Poor. That's perfect. Alright, let's take a look back at some of our other pairs here. We're also going to go over to Bitcoin and some of our crypto pairs. Now remember, I posted a video on TikTok not that long ago saying about when everybody was running around like headless chickens because Bitcoin started selling off. And it turned out it was actually one of the best areas to buy because since then it's consistently pumped to the upside. Now we have consolidated within the high. But I believe we're just building up all of the sellers across these highs. And we're going to see another consistent move to the upside from Bitcoin. That's what I personally believe. So if you were looking to go long, a buy stop from here could be a great move. Again, not financial advice and not telling you to do that or don't do that. That's just one of the easy scenarios that you could follow through with. And you'll see the same thing happening. See the way like here, it came up to the high, it sort of just played around. If you'd have buy stopped any of these, you would have seen price come up, yeah, come back down, but it really did give a nice push. Exactly the same as in here, look. Take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. Every single one. Yes, you would have seen downside at some stage, but the move came from the highs being ran. Yeah, really, really simple. Something like that. Look at these. That's crazy. Like any of these. I mean, that one's a bit, you know, it does come back down. Still doesn't run the low though, so you would have been good. So super simple. Always remember this. Instead of trying to predict the reversal, if we're seeing a push up, expect that push up to continue. Simple. It's so simple. This goddamn screen keeps dimming itself. Okay, so remember what we said here. If we hit this low, there is a high chance of expansive moves to the downside. High chance. I need some music, chat. Volume is killing me. Yeah, it's so low right now, man. It's a good old Monday market right here. Good old Monday market. This is what I said before. Same thing. Where's the... Is it on here? Bar patterns. Yes, this. Oh. Oh, no, I've done the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Like that. I change the thickness of this or change it? There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Maybe like this instead, actually. No. Flipped and mirrored. Yeah, maybe more like that. But the same principle is applied. Expect the continuation of the movement. Same thing we showed here on Xauusd. Remember, the Discord's free. The Discord is open. "13 notifications telling me that the stream frames have dropped 65% in the last 2 minutes. There's actually one every 2 minutes as well. So it's obviously bad. Yeah, fertility rates are already gone, mate. They're already gone. Like, the fertility rates are already way down, bro. People think it's a joke as well. Like, people just think it's a joke. But it's not. And to be honest, the reason why it's like this is because people don't want to raise children anymore. Why do they not want to raise children? Well, they're not happy with the world they're living in anyway. Not everyone. Like, obviously that's not a uniform, statement. But I know a lot of people that I've said, "Oh, you're going to have children." They're like, "Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't want my kids to grow up in this world." And I'm like, that's fucking horrible, dude. But are we surprised? No. Come on. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Yeah, I think a lot of countries in the world are already fully cooked from the fertility rates. The ones that aren't are normally like Middle Eastern or like Muslim countries because they just have very, very big families, and they generally have a lot more children than Western families as well. It's just like the general rule of thumb. It's not even like a stereotypical thing. Like that is a true fact of the way that the cultures are and just the countries themselves. Let's see. Let's see. What's everyone thinking on the potential here for gold? What's everyone thinking? Also, chat, I was thinking shaving the beard off. Just getting it gone. What do you think? Would I look like a child again? Probably. I also think my son will be absolutely shocked because he's only a year old, and I think I've had a beard the whole time he's been alive. So I show up with no beard, he's going to be like, who is this dude? Ay, 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 ay. Holy smokes. Let's have a look at Euro, shall we? So if you had a good weekend, chat, let me know. Would love to know. Okay, so this has just given a potential move similar to what I've just explained to you guys. Very similar to what I just explained. We just ran that high right there. So there is a potential that this may start to deliver bullish. There is a potential here. Why? Because we're going bullish, 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 bullish. Expect continuation, right? Lines up perfectly. Now, no, it's not from one of our areas of reference, and of course there is always better areas to buy or sell from, but it's a principle that I'm trying to show you, not an entry point. No, it's really not a good situation, and you can thank the people that sit in their thrones or sit on their thrones all day, making rules and adjusting rules based off of their narratives. I mean, one of the biggest things that has really worried me in the past few sort of months and years is the fact that the British government, for example, will simply just make a law based off of something that they want. So instead of it being like, this is a good one, right? Protests. Instead of it being like, we don't like you guys protesting. Okay, cool. They've now made it illegal, so you can't protest anymore. No one seems to be too bothered, though. Also, the another big one is if you write something on social media in the UK, they can just come to your house and arrest you. So, like, freedom of speech is gone, mate. It's like, it's out the window. Freedom of speech is gone. Okay, so remember what I was saying here? I'm expecting a new expansive move here. Just like that. Yes. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so we've got a run. Now I'm expecting a further expansion here. I'm expecting it to expand down into the lows. Well, I say into the lows, but into the rest of the price action. Yeah. Sit here. Let me draw a little arrow. There we go. You think it might run 3244 and then run lower? 3244 as in like down here, yeah. That'll be decent. It's a nice little move. So we'll go to Euro. I'll show you what I was looking at on Euro. Same thing. See what I mean about the expansive move coming through it? It's a nice move. Gold also doing the same thing. Really nice expansive move there. That's cool. Just expect that to carry on. Expect it to keep going down. So has anyone has anyone seen any new films or anything lately? Me and the partner have been watching Mobland, but obviously the end of the series has come on that. We're now watching the new Squid Games, which has been good. Squid Game's been good so far. So look at Euro here. See what we're saying? See what we're saying about the expansive move above that high? The continuation of a pre-established direction. Go back to gold. The same thing. We haven't actually really moved anywhere yet, but the same thing. We're looking for it to happen. It's price action to push away from that area because it's a pre-established direction that gold is traveling in. I mean, Euro's like taking off is the best example that we could ask for, really. Let's go Xauusd, actually. We had this as well, didn't we? It's the same thing. We could watch the same the same thing happen here. The UJ, nothing. GU, also nothing. Nothing either. Let's see, let's go back to... Look at Euro go. Holy. Yeesh. And even gold, I think, is following suit a little bit now. Yeah. Well, I say yeah. Every time it looks like it's going somewhere, it actually hasn't moved. Oh yeah, 100%, dude. People are more willing to fight about football than they are to fight about their rights. That's another thing as well, you know. People get more offended by talking about or saying something bad against a certain organization or a certain, a certain race or whatever, instead of actually being offended by the things that those people do. You know, more offended by people having an opinion. Ugh. So Euro doing a little pullback now, but that's fine because we've already seen what we want to see, which is that little expansive move above the highs here. So you can obviously look on lower time frames for refinements and stuff like that. Like just like here, you can look for expanding it, not expanding it, sorry. You know, aligning it with lower time frames. Doctor Sleep is a good movie. Have to have a look. Have to have a look. We're always looking for something. Down on my USD JPY short. USD JPY short. USD JPY short. Let me see. Just trying to see where you're trading it from. It's pretty similar here. What I explained earlier, but it's really tight, that one, to be honest. It says we've got 10 people in here right now, but I feel like we don't have 10 people in here. Am I wrong? Wait a minute. We have 13 people in here and we have 2 likes. 2 likes. Holy smokes. Come on, chat. You can do better than that, surely. We've literally got double-digit viewers and we got 2 likes. That's wild. That's wild. Right, so we've still got potential here for gold to sell off into these lows. Yeah, just this pullback doesn't mean that it's not going to reverse. Like, we just have to be realistic. You can't expect it to happen, you know, bosh, instantaneously. Okay, let's have a little look on. Where's the UJ? Oh, no, UJ, UChef, sorry. Here we go, look, UChef, same thing. Running the low. Expect it to keep expanding down now. Yeah, really badly drawn. It'd be like this. Give me the box. Something like that, right? Remember, guys, keep in tune with what the market is telling you with Financial Juice. Financial Juice is going to give you updates like by the minute for any sort of breaking news events or anything like that. Again, I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them. It's just, you need to be realistic and stay up to date. Excuse me. Okay, so like I said before, we've run the low, we're expecting expansion into this. Euro is already like well on its way. Like so. Beautiful. What's going on, man? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, expect an expansion down. Remember, it doesn't have to happen. I'm not a genie. But because of the basis of what we're seeing price action be bearish, deliver bearish, chances of running this low and then delivering bearish more is higher. Simple as that. Millionaire mindset. What are you asking me, my friend? I would love to know. I would love to know, brother. So remember, gold, same thing. We've run the low. The pre-established direction for this market is bearish. You don't use raise for the low and highs. No. No. Low and highs, we use lines to establish where the low and highs are. The highs and the lows. But I'm not using raise. I'm just using horizontal lines here. And we're not showcasing any interaction with any points of liquidity at the moment. We're just showcasing when price pre-establishes a direction, how if it does something that you would expect, like so, the probability of continuation here is higher than the probability of reversal. Just simple as that. This isn't the system that we mainly use in terms of our understanding of price. We use the Orion system, which is based off of liquid points being ran, but we're not near any liquid points, so we're using the reference that we have at the moment, which is bearish price action. We also gave the same example here on Euro. What software do you use? What software do I use? So this is TradingView. But we use MetaTrader and CTrader and all different trading platforms. But if you haven't already got yourself a consistent trading system, you need to get FX Replay down below. In the link down below, you can find it. And you need to practice the system until you have consistent results with it. That's the main thing. There's no point trying to trade without having consistent rules to back up what you're doing. What's going on, Smiley? Welcome. Well, Schmilly. What's up? What's up? Okay, 1 hour 19 in. We will be ending this live stream at about an hour and a half in, because it is like 20 to 1 right now. So remember, if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. We do have an exclusive YouTube membership that you can get any time of the day, and that's going to give you access to upcoming members only live streams, exactly the same as it does on TikTok. So Euro on a larger time frame, you can see it's going to have new lows. As in gold? Are you referring to gold? I assume you are. If you are, then I believe so, yes. But again, this is not financial advice. And I do not encourage anybody to come to these live streams and just copy what I do. That is an easy way for you to lose money. Millionaire mindset. Here's my advice to you, brother. Take the free content I'm teaching you, learn the system for free, and then you won't have to ask if something is going to be going up or down. You'll just know. Exactly the same as at the top of the screen, you have a bias which says bias bearish, right? You can get that indicator completely free from my TradingView, Pip Surfing Society TradingView account. And you can get it and add it to your charts, and it will tell you what you're expecting from price. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Okay, so I expect we're going to see delivery down like this into the low, like so. But like I said before, I'm not a genie. I could be completely wrong in every single prediction that I make with price, but we use systems that we have data to back up. So we know that the systems work because the data tells us they work. We don't have to guess. We don't have to ask other people if they work. We know they work. This is why I encourage every single one of you that's in the live stream right now wondering, I wonder if this works on this, or I wonder how well it works, or whatever. Take the information and go and test it. And then you'll see. Okay, I've only used Robinhood and Weeble. Yeah, I've never used either of those, to be fair. If you want a good account, like through a good broker, Vantage, you can find the link in the description down below. They are the best broker in the game, hands down, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab a coffee. And then when I get back, we're going to be doing the last couple breakdowns, and then we'll be wrapping up the stream. So I'll see you all in a couple of minutes. Yes. What's your thoughts on AI trading software? Yeah, I mean, it's always the same thing, to be honest. What does the data tell you? Because a lot of those bots are good, but they incur like massive periods of drawdown, and like they incur like big amounts of drawdown. So it's all to do with what the data is showing, to be honest. Every trading bot's good if it has data to back it up. If it doesn't, then no good. Simple as that, really. Let's just see what Price wants to do here. So we've got a few minutes left of the live stream. If you haven't already hit that like button, make sure you do. If you haven't already hit the